Hi, welcome to this podcast, and today we have an esteemed guest for us. His name is Sridhar Ramachandran, and he has got 30 plus years of experience in strategies and finance strategies for various organizations in Asia and Africa. Welcome, Sridhar sir, to our podcast. It's been an honor to know about you. It's really great, huge amount of experience.
Thank you, Gayatri, for that. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Looking at your profile and just discussing about what leadership traits are. Now, I just would like to understand that what is the leadership quality you think that people in this businesses should have for turning around their businesses? Like, what is the trait which you think is the most needed?
See, firstly, you need to be in the front. You have to lead from the front. So that is my first thought process whenever I do turnarounds. If you are not in the front line, people will not come behind you, right? So that is number one. Number two, resilience. Resilience is what is going to keep your team together in a mission that is near impossible. Because turnaround stories are not easy.
Correct.
Growth companies, yes, once you have the money, you keep growing because the market is there. Here you have reached a particular level and came down for whatever reasons. First you have to diagnose what are the reasons.
Correct.
If you don't have a pathology report with you and see the patient clinically, you will never be able to judge based on only pathology report or only the clinical report. So you need to match it and then identify these are the issues. But then simultaneously, dynamically, the markets have changed. So you will have to evaluate whether this business model is, first of all, is it going to really make it, or can something be done differently? And whether the existing team will cope up with this turnaround, because the same people have seen the downfall and they are demotivated. Morale is low. So you need to understand what are the dynamics around that. There are very committed people within the organization where you need to take them along with you. There are some people who are cat on the wall. So you need to tell them, my dear, get off the wall. We need to move forward.
And
that's how it happens. If you have even one person derailing or discouraging you in any effort you try to do, you are a failure.
Absolutely.
Because you are confronting external challenges. Because most of the companies go into a downfall, either external disequilibrium is happening or internal disequilibrium. Sometimes it can be a combination. Now you have identified internal disequilibrium that you want to attend to, but external disequilibrium continues to be there. How do I deal with it? That's where you need to have a strong team. Number two is discipline is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Now without discipline, even a slack is going to be a problem. Right? It is like a military operation, precision driven operation, but you should be able to see what is going to happen by taking this step. So you need to be always ready with plan A, plan B, plan C.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you may not be able to immediately change course because external dynamic is still happening. So these are the things that I look at it when I do the turnaround of companies.
Oh, okay. Now that you've said the turnaround and the normal businesses which is running, coming from the finance field and having these financial strategies which you guide people on building it. Now, I would like to give you a typical example of the current MSMEs and SMEs where they are facing a lot of challenges. Like the challenges, one of them is money. If you can very appropriately say, money is one of the key areas or the bloodline for them to run the business. Now, what kind of financial strategies would you advise those MSMEs or SMEs so that they can actually sustain their business and grow it?
Right. I think I need to make a little correction. I spent almost 22 years in running companies.
Oh, okay.
More than finance. So I was the CEO, strategy head and all of that. Finance is only in the last 15, 18 years.
Okay.
Basically because I'm a finance background guy. So I got into this practice of investment banking, private equity and all of that. So finance alone, a lot of people think financial restructuring will help them to turn around, which is wrong. Financial restructuring is basically kicking the can down the road for a little longer period while you get your acts together, whether it is the business model, whether it is the team which is failing, whether it's the cycle which is turning around. So that is the key.
Absolutely.
Financial engineering can only help with a little bit of working capital to manage your day-to-day operation, or it will be below the EBITDA. It may reduce your finance cost and repayment schedule, but it is not going to increase your top line or your operational efficiencies, right? So this is where I see medium SMEs, when they struggle for finance. Yes, there are genuine, very good promoters, good business model, they struggle for finance. Now, many promoters are hesitant to, they all depend on borrowing from the banking system. This is the fundamental mistake. If SMEs are ready to take some private equity or venture capital, depending on their size, they should dilute. Most of the promoters I talk to, they say, sir, my valuation will be X crores in 2 years, 3 years, but today you are struggling to feed it, right? So valuation today, 2 years down the line, will happen only if this kicks off.
Correct.
So this is where I tell them, and today India has moved after 2012-13 onwards. The dependence on banking debt has reduced and external finance is available, right? There are various structures available, mezzanine structure. Okay, if you don't want to give it at today's valuation, somebody can come in at a coupon rate, and then after 2 years performance, you show them this is the performance and this is the valuation. They can convert at that type of a pricing system. So various structures are available. And secondly, many of the SMEs are not building balance sheets.
Very right and appropriate.
Because everybody thinks that I have to avoid GST, so let me keep my company within the 40 lakhs or 20 lakhs if it's an individual. I always say, don't do this mistake. Unless you build your balance sheet, your banks or lenders are not going to be comfortable to lend it to you, even if you are going to borrow money. And your credit rating in the system is not going to be helpful to you.
Correct.
So build the balance sheet. Number 3 is, first is explore equity. Number 2, build the balance sheet. Number 3, ensure your parameters are not falling up and down all the time. And take decisions which does not affect these parameters. If you take, many industries are cyclical. Now, cyclical industries also get some working capital from the banks throughout the year. But what happens when in the down cycle, you repay that money to the bank? Because you are sitting with that money which you don't need for lean cycle. When the up cycle comes, go back to the bank, I repaid you, now you give me more. So we need to think creatively and then work with your lending system accordingly. So this is how I feel financial engineering can be done.
Absolutely appropriate, sir. Because in my field also, like I see a lot of SMEs don't focus on the balance sheet.
Yes.
So you very rightly said that they need to focus on the balance sheet. And usually when somebody says that ki my business is not working, they think the money is the reason, but actually it's the sales that's the reason. The people who are in your organization are the reason, but they don't focus there because they think they're all right there. The product is good, they are very good, their sales is good, but something is wrong with the money. So that's the mindset.
This is normal because everybody sees only the financial statements.
Correct.
So and they judge based on that. They forget what was my strategic vision. Now, if you see many SME companies, they continue to be SME even after 20 years. And if you go to their office, we want to be number 1 in this country, we want to be number 1 in the world. They will write all of that, but there is no soul into it. It is just some English.
There is no roadmap.
Because their soul is not attached to that vision.
Exactly.
Right? So the passion is not there. So if your vision and mission are not aligned right up to your cleaning system, cleaning services, then you are not going to achieve it.
Absolutely.
So this is number 1. Number 2 is when the promoter has a strategic vision, does he have a good team of people with him? And they will not be able to get top-notch people, which I agree. This is where you should incentivize. See, ESOPs, we are talking about listed companies. Why can't you give it to such small people? I will give you, say, take 5%. Give it to them, you are part of the ownership. So create the entrepreneurial spirit within your system. They will do much better than a salaried employee.
Correct.
Because they will
that
feel
is never visualized.
They don't understand this. So because it's all your money, my money is my money. This is how they think, which is wrong. And today employees are not looking only for salary. They are looking for excitement in the job. They are looking for something to do which satisfies them. Correct. When they go home, they are so happy that they can tell your spouses, oh, I did this, my boss appreciated. So appreciation. Right? Don't take them for granted today. And the next generation, now the alpha generation is finished, now beta generation is coming now. Now they are all going to be very different. They are not going to be sticking to 10 to 5 jobs. They will say, I will come at 2 o'clock in the morning. Can you leave the office open? This is where your 24/7 open offices are available today. And ensure that you are in a position to take advantage of their creativity and bring them to benefit. And number 2 is empower them. Don't try to micromanage them. You define a boundary and say within the boundary you play, beyond which you are out. So this type of boundary definition is very important. Every day morning, have you done this? Have you done this? Sometimes people get irritated. And as long as, but keep a clear performance indicator matrix. If they don't perform, don't tolerate inefficiency, because India's growth is purely dependent on productivity today. We have money, we have the infrastructure. All we have to do is improve the productivity.
Absolutely.
Like for example, because of the roadways, if the lorry used to take 5 days from Chennai to come to Bombay, today within 24 hours easier. See the cycle time which has improved. Your transit time is shortened. So the same vehicle which they used to buy 5-10 lorries to transport, today they have with the 2, they are able to do so many trips.
So many.
So it's a productivity.
That is true.
It's a productivity. So say for example, I used to go to companies and say, even a small company, 100 crore company, 200 crore company, how many purchase orders are you releasing? They will say, they will call the purchase guy, they say, sir, I released about 1,000 purchase orders today. How many GRNs have you made? So 1,500 GRNs made. So a guy is only putting data entry. Why can't you discipline the vendor? Every day 3 deliveries will be coming. See, productivity can happen from that level.
Automation is what you're suggesting.
No, it is just not even automation. You are already running a system. But this guy is entering the GRN, the material requisition note, and so many times, every time you enter, it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes goes away.
Correct.
So efficiency can be improved. You can reduce 1%, the cost comes down.
Correct.
So it is disciplining the entire process. So productivity can improve if you re-evaluate your processes. Are we having more people here? And if your employee cost is above 6%, 7% in a manufacturing organization, you are going to have a problem.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
Because your margins are thin.
Thin, very thin margins, yeah, as far as manufacturing is concerned. Now, having spoken about these MSME and SMEs, and now we come to the listed space. Okay. Now, having these board members having an idea about how the businesses are to be run and what kind of strategies they can create for themselves. What's your thought process? What is the space they are in right now, and what is that potential they have and where they can reach?
See, I will group the listed companies into 2 categories.
Okay.
One is the top-notch companies run very professionally, whether it is promoter owned or not. But they are run professionally. They spend a lot of time in strategizing. They have the resources to deploy also. Now come to the second set of listed companies, which are all in doing 500,000 crores companies. This is where it is promoter driven to a large extent, and they don't have the right bandwidth creation, and they are not able to grow because they are confined to the circle. If you get an outside talent, the outside talent is going to give you a different perspective, and you are not able to accept that perspective.
Absolutely.
So that's the first thought process. Second is, after they come in, they try to silence them by convincing them what you're doing is right.
They become a part of you and you don't become the part of them.
So you're not taking the best out of them.
Yeah.
Right? So number 3 is they don't spend quality time in evaluating their strategy, their business model. Every 6 months, once a year, they have to think.
Absolutely.
And the time spent on customer feedback is today important. Those days, how much manufacturing we did, how much deliveries we did, this was the MIS. Today, what is my customer complaint? How many customers have I reached? Within how long, how quickly I have reached them? Have I serviced their... Earlier, they place an order, sir, we will deliver in 30 days time. And nobody used to monitor that 30 days is happening or not. Now, you can ask a question, why 30 days now? Ask the customer, when do they need it? And can you re-alter your production system? Efficiency. If somebody can wait for 30 days, somebody needs it in 2 days time, why do you want to lose this customer?
Correct.
And can you speed up the process to do that? So your board has to think from this perspective. Then once you become customer centric, then customer is telling you, you are doing well, can you give a different product? Then it gives you the idea, oh, the customer I'm giving this product so far, he is buying this product from somebody else, he is now asking me. That means I have a potential to grow with the same customer, higher product and better margins. And he doesn't mind paying you.
Yes,
Because the
absolutely.
loyalty starts building.
Correct.
Right? Governance is about loyalty towards your customer, loyalty to your customer, your shareholder, your supplier, your employees, and your government in terms of compliances. So once the governance ensure that all 6 hands are tied,
aligned,
automatically everybody will be able to improve their governance.
Absolutely, sir. Now, in this scenario of governance, where you're saying that we need to align all these 6 people who are the major stakeholders in the company, what is the role of MentorMyBoard right now? What do you think that they are contributing, and what's the way forward for them?
See, when mentors are able to talk on different subjects today, see, for example, mock board everybody can conduct, right? You can see on the YouTubes and all of that.
Correct.
But how do you resolve a conflict situation in the board? Number one, how do you deal with a difficult director who is not sharing the information with you? So these are intricacies of running a board, right? Now, all my mentees whom I have interacted, they said, sir, this insight is different. We never thought, because reading a book and passing IAC exam and all that is more of a compliance issue.
Correct.
But when you actually sit on the board, how things are going to happen? When they produce a project report and say, oh, we want to invest 150 crores in this project. Now, what to look for if you are not a financial literate person? If you are a technical person, you still have a job to do. Many people think, sir, it is a project report, sir. What will I contribute? I tell them, you are a technical person. Ask even stupid question. Why this machine from this company? Why you have not taken any other offers from somebody else? What is the guarantee period? What is the warranty period? What is the maintenance cost of this machine? Will it last long? So these are fundamental questions actually before even going into financial projections, right?
Absolutely.
And how many manpower you need? Is it going to use more? Can you increase automation? Can you put some CNC control? If you come from technical background, those are the value addition. You can do it on the board meeting. You need not necessarily be a financial wizard to be on the board of directors. I am very clear on that.
Correct. Correct.
So there are various like customer unless a board of director, one of the board of director is market oriented. He can question. Now you are seeing capacity is 10,000 tons. Now how much you are going to sell, which period, and why? Why should they buy from you? And deep down on the customer side and the market potential side, somebody can get into HR side and say what sort of type of people you need to run this plant. Do you have the skill set with you? So these insights is what MentorMyBoard is able to bring value to these people.
Oh, fantastic. Like the common man who can ask such kind of questions inside, sitting in the board.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very important.
Because otherwise it is not about only some compliances issues and all of that. These are the issues which board takes decisions. Those decisions are the one which affects your financials and your governance, your credibility in the market, all of that. If you start from the beginning, from ABC, then automatically the entire process will fall in line and the company feels, oh, before I put a project report, the CFO or the project head will have to answer these directors who are asking me these questions, fundamental questions, right? Who are your competitor? Many people will say, sir, there is no competition, sir.
Oh,
a lot of people, or they will say, very big competitor. Sir, we are not competing with them. Or very lowest competitor. But you need to know, today technology is boundaryless.
Absolutely.
Today you introduce a product, within 3 months somebody will come less than your cost. So you have to know whether your entry barrier is there or not. So you need to see competitive advantage of investing in a project. I always say, you have to say no to good ideas. People ask me, what do you mean? How can you say no to good ideas? You have to say you should only prioritize great ideas.
Okay, now given that scenario that we are looking from the global perspective, from your finance background and your strategy and various organizational experience, tell us where India is today and where do you think it will be there in future?
This question, when I came to India in 2008, after 18 years in different countries, was asked. I had a simple answer. India is the only country in the world which will grow for next 20 to 30 years, and that answer is proved today with better GDP, better infrastructure, better market standing. Those days when I used to take my passport outside the country, people looked at me, oh, you're an Indian. Today, oh, you're an Indian.
That is a change.
It changed.
That's the change. Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful talking to you and great learnings from your vast experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.